Hi and welcome back to Learn English with Stories 365. My name's Paul. Do you like cars? What about rockets? Imagine a car that drives itself. No hands on the wheel. Just sit back and relax. Imagine a rocket that flies into space and then comes back to land perfectly. Sounds like something from a science fiction movie, right? But these things are real, and one man helped make them possible. His name is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is one of the most famous people in the world. He is very smart, very rich, and very busy. He has started many companies like Tesla, electric cars, and SpaceX, rockets. Some people love him. Some people do not like him at all. But no matter what, everyone agrees on one thing. He is interesting. Elon Musk is also a father of 10 children. Can you imagine balancing a huge business and raising a big family? It's not easy, but Elon's dedication to both his companies and his kids shows just how determined he is to make a big impact. But how did he do it? Was he born rich? Did he always know he would be successful? Or did he have hard times like everyone else? In this video, we will take a journey through his life, from a curious little boy in South Africa to one of the richest and most powerful men in the world. Along the way, you will learn new English words, hear exciting stories, and maybe even get inspired. Who knows? Maybe you have a big idea, just like Elon Musk. Maybe one day, people will talk about your inventions. Are you ready? Let's begin. Early life in South Africa. Elon Musk was born in 1971 in South Africa, a country far away from the United States. It is a place with beautiful nature, wild animals, and warm weather. But for young Elon, life was not always easy. He was a very curious child. Do you know a child who asks a lot of questions? Maybe you were like that when you were little. Elon always wanted to know how things worked. If he got a new toy, he wouldn't just play with it. He would take it apart to see what was inside. His mother, May Musk, said that sometimes she was worried because he would sit for hours, just staring and thinking. And books? Oh, Elon loved books. He read all the time. While other kids played outside, he sat in his room, reading science fiction stories about space, robots, and the future. He also read books about computers. This was in the 1980s, when not many people had computers at home. But Elon? He taught himself how to program a computer when he was just 12 years old. And guess what? He even made his own video game. He called it Blaster and sold it for $500. Not bad for a 12-year-old, right? But life was not always fun. School was difficult for Elon. He was very smart, but he was also very quiet. He didn't always fit in. And some kids at school, they were not nice. They bullied him. They even pushed him down the stairs once. That must have hurt a lot. But Elon never gave up. He kept reading, kept learning, and kept dreaming. His home life was also not perfect. His father, Elon Musk, was an engineer. He was very smart too, but he was also very strict. Elon and his father did not always get along. Sometimes, life at home was difficult. Even though his family was not poor, they were also not super rich. Elon wanted to do big things, but he knew that if he wanted a better future, he would have to work hard and take risks. As he got older, Elon started to feel like he did not belong in South Africa. He had big dreams, dreams about space, computers, and the future. He wanted to go to a place where people built new things. He wanted to go to a place where big ideas could become real. And so, at 17 years old, Elon made a big decision. He decided to leave South Africa. He packed his bags, said goodbye to his home, and got on a plane. His destination? Canada. This was the start of a new adventure, one that would change his life forever. What do you think? Would you be brave enough to leave your home at 17 and move to a new country? What would you do if you had to start all over again? Let's see what happens next. Moving to North America. Imagine you are 17 years old. You pack your bags, say goodbye to your family, and move to a new country, alone. No friends, no job, no place to stay. How would you feel? Excited? Scared? Maybe a little of both? That's exactly what Elon Musk did. In 1989, he left South Africa and moved to Canada. He didn't just wake up one day and decide to go. No, Elon had a plan. His mother, May Musk, was born in Canada, so that meant he could get Canadian citizenship. And for Elon, Canada was just the first step. He had an even bigger goal, America, the land of opportunity, technology, and big ideas. But first, he had to survive in Canada, and it was not easy. When he arrived, Elon had almost no money. He didn't stay in fancy hotels or eat at nice restaurants. Instead, he stayed with relatives and worked hard jobs to make money. Can you imagine Elon Musk cleaning floors? Well, he did. He worked shoveling dirt in a boiler room for just $18 an hour. It was dirty, hard work, but he didn't complain. He knew this was just the beginning. While working, Elon also went to university. First, he studied at Queen's University in Ontario. After 2 years, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in the United States. Finally, he had made it to America, and in Pennsylvania, Elon did something interesting. He studied 2 things at the same time: physics and economics. Why physics? Because he loved science and wanted to understand how the world works. Why economics? Because he wanted to know how money works. Smart, right? But Elon wasn't just studying. Oh no, he was also thinking about the future. Even back then, he believed that the internet, space travel, and clean energy would be the most important things in the world. And guess what? He was right. After finishing university, Elon got into Stanford University in California. This was a big deal. Stanford is one of the best universities in the world. But guess how long Elon stayed? 2 days. Yes, you heard that right. Just 2 days. He dropped out of Stanford because he had a new idea. He didn't want to just study the future. He wanted to build it. So, instead of becoming a professor or a scientist, Elon made a big decision. He decided to start his own company. It was a huge risk, but he was ready to try. Would you drop out of a top university to start your own company? Would you take a big risk like Elon did? Well, let's see what happened next. First companies: Zip2 and X.com, PayPal. Starting a business is not easy. You need an idea, money, and a lot of hard work. Elon Musk had the first 2, big ideas and a little money. But was he ready for the hard work? Let's find out. Elon and his brother, Kimball Musk, started their first company in 1995. It was called Zip2. What did it do? Well, think about Google Maps or Yelp today. Imagine you are in a new city and you want to find a good restaurant. Now, in 2024, you just take out your phone and check the internet, right? But back in 1995, this kind of thing did not exist. Zip2 helped newspapers and businesses create online city maps and directories. It was a new idea, but there was a big problem. Nobody believed in the internet yet. Can you imagine that? Today, We use the internet for everything, but in 1995, many people thought it was just a fad, something that would disappear. So, Elon and Kimball had to work very hard. They lived in their tiny office because they couldn't afford an apartment. They showered at the local gym. They worked day and night, coding, selling, and convincing businesses that the internet was the future. And finally, it worked. Big companies started using Zip2. And in 1999, a company called Compaq bought Zip2 for $307 million. Elon was suddenly a millionaire. He got $22 million from the sale. Not bad for a guy who was sleeping in his office, right? Now, what would you do if you suddenly got $22 million? Buy a mansion? Travel the world? Relax on the beach? Well, Elon did none of those things. Instead, he took almost all his money and started a new company. Why? Because he wasn't just interested in making money. He wanted to change the world. His new company was called X.com. It was an online bank, which was a crazy idea at the time. Back then, people didn't trust the internet with their money. They liked to go to real banks with real people. But Elon believed that in the future, people would do everything online, including banking. It wasn't easy. There were other companies trying to do the same thing. One of them was called Confinity, and they had a service called PayPal. Instead of fighting, X.com and Confinity joined together in the year 2000. And what happened? They became PayPal, one of the most important online payment systems in the world. Today, millions of people use PayPal to send and receive money. But back then, it was still new, and Elon had big dreams for it. However, there was one problem. The other leaders at PayPal didn't always agree with Elon. Some people thought he was too ambitious, too risky, or too difficult to work with. Eventually, in 2001, the company removed him as CEO. That must have been frustrating, right? But life is funny sometimes. Even though Elon was fired, he still owned a lot of PayPal stock. And in 2002, something amazing happened. eBay bought PayPal for $1.5 billion. Because of this, Elon Musk walked away with $180 million. Now, Elon was not just a millionaire. He was almost a billionaire. But once again, he didn't stop. He didn't take a vacation. He didn't retire. Instead, he took all his money and started not one, but two new companies. What were they? One was about rockets. One was about electric cars. Sounds crazy, right? Well, let's see what happened next. SpaceX going to Mars. Let's play a game. Close your eyes and imagine you are on Mars. What do you see? Red sand, big mountains, a sky that is not blue, but dusty and orange. Now, imagine this. Humans living on Mars, building houses, growing food, walking around in spacesuits. Sounds like a movie, right? Well, Elon Musk wants to make this real. After selling PayPal, Elon Musk had $180 million. He could have bought 100 mansions or 1,000 sports cars. But no, he had a different idea. He wanted to go to space. Not for fun, not for tourism, but to save humanity. Wait, what? Save humanity? Yes. Elon believes that Earth is not safe forever. One day, there could be a big disaster, a huge war, a deadly virus, an asteroid from space. If that happens, humans might disappear. But if people live on more than one planet, humanity can survive. So, he decided, we must go to Mars. In 2002, he started a company called SpaceX. But there was a big problem. Rockets were too expensive. A single rocket launch cost $60 million or more. That's a lot of money. Elon thought, there must be a cheaper way. So, SpaceX started building its own rockets. They created a small one called Falcon 1. They worked day and night. But rockets are hard. And guess what? The first rocket exploded. The second rocket exploded. The third rocket exploded. Oh no. 3 explosions in a row. At this point, Elon was running out of money. He had used almost everything he had. If the fourth rocket failed, SpaceX would be finished. Can you imagine that kind of stress? Would you keep going, or would you give up? Well, Elon did not give up. In 2008, SpaceX launched its fourth rocket. The whole world was watching. And this time, it worked. The rocket went into space, and SpaceX became the first private company to do this. Everyone was shocked. And then, something amazing happened. NASA, the U.S. space agency, gave SpaceX a contract for $1.6 billion. Now, SpaceX was saved. But Elon wasn't done. He wanted to build better, cheaper rockets. And in 2015, SpaceX did something that no one had ever done before. They made a rocket that could land back on Earth and be used again. Think about it. Imagine throwing away an airplane after one flight. That would be crazy, right? But that's what happened with rockets before. Elon Musk changed that. Now, rockets can be used again and again, just like airplanes. And Mars? Oh yes, he's still working on it. SpaceX is building a giant rocket called Starship, designed to take people to Mars. He says humans could be living on Mars in the next 20 years. What do you think? Would you ever want to visit Mars? Or maybe even live there? Elon Musk is always thinking big, but he doesn't stop with rockets. He has another big dream. Not about space, not about planets. This time, it's about cars. Let's see what happens next. Tesla, revolutionizing electric cars. Imagine this. You're sitting in your car, and you press a button. The car starts, but there's no engine noise. No loud vroom vroom sound. Why? Because your car is electric? And guess what? Tesla is the company that made this possible. But how did Elon Musk, the guy who started SpaceX, become the king of electric cars? Well, it all started when he decided that gas cars were bad for the environment. Elon believed that fossil fuels, the oil we use for gas, were hurting the planet. He thought the future of cars would be electric, clean, quiet, and better for the earth. But electric cars in 2004 were slow, boring, and expensive. People didn't think electric cars were cool. So Elon took a big risk. He invested his own money into a small company called Tesla Motors, which was working on electric cars. At first, Elon wasn't the CEO. He was just an investor, someone who gave money to help the company. But soon, he became more involved. In fact, he became the CEO of Tesla in 2008. And that's when the real change began. Tesla's first car, the Tesla Roadster, was fast. It could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 4 seconds. Can you imagine that? It was like a sports car, but electric. People started to notice. Tesla showed the world that electric cars could be cool. But making electric cars wasn't easy. Tesla had many problems. They had trouble making enough cars. Sometimes they couldn't even pay their workers. But Elon wasn't going to quit. He believed that electric cars were the future. And guess what? Over time, more and more people started to believe in Tesla too. Then, Tesla introduced the Model S. It was a bigger car, a luxury sedan with long-range batteries. People loved it. It was fast, safe, and could drive for hundreds of miles on one charge. And then came the Model X, a big SUV with wings that open like a bird's wings. How cool is that? Tesla kept growing. They built huge factories, called gigafactories, to make batteries and electric cars faster. But even though Tesla was doing well, there were still many challenges. Elon often had to work long hours to solve problems. He slept in his office many times because there was just so much to do. And remember, Elon didn't just want to sell cars. He wanted to change the world. He wanted people to stop using gas-powered cars and switch to electric cars. His goal was to make electric cars normal, not just for rich people, but for everyone. By 2020, Tesla became the world's most valuable car company. It was worth more than Ford or General Motors. And guess what? They are still making new models, like the Model 3, a more affordable car, and the Model Y, another electric SUV. What do you think? Would you like to drive an electric car? Would you choose an electric car over a gas car? Maybe one day, you could even drive a Tesla. But Elon Musk doesn't just want to change cars. He has another big idea, one that's even more exciting. Let's take a look at what happens next. Other companies and innovations. Elon Musk is not just a man who makes electric cars and builds rockets. Oh no, he has many other big ideas. If you think he's finished, think again. Elon has started other companies that try to solve some of the world's biggest problems. And these problems? They aren't easy to solve. But Elon likes challenges. One of Elon's companies is called Solar City. Imagine if you could use the sun to power your home. You know how the sun gives us light and heat every day? Well, Solar City makes solar panels that capture sunlight and turn it into electricity. This means you don't need to use fossil fuels like oil or gas to make power. You can use clean energy from the sun. In 2016, Tesla bought Solar City. Now, Tesla doesn't just make cars. They also make solar panels and batteries for homes. With these batteries, you can store energy for later. So, you can use energy from the sun even when the sun isn't shining. Isn't that amazing? But that's not all. Elon's company, the Boring Company, wants to solve a very annoying problem: traffic. We've all been stuck in traffic, right? It's frustrating, slow, and can take up hours of your time. So, Elon thought, why don't we build tunnels under the city to move cars faster? The Boring Company is working on making underground tunnels where cars can travel very quickly. These tunnels could change the way we think about traffic forever. And then there's Neuralink. It's a company that works on something really crazy, connecting the human brain to computers. Wait, what? Can you imagine being able to control a computer with your mind? Or maybe helping people who have problems with their brains, like people who can't walk or talk. That's what Neuralink wants to do. They are working on creating a brain-machine interface, a way for the brain and computer to communicate. It sounds like science fiction, right? But Elon believes it could help millions of people one day. And don't forget about XAI. This is Elon's company that works on artificial intelligence, AI. You know how smart your phone is, right? It can understand your voice, answer questions, and even help you with directions. But what if AI could become even smarter, more like a human brain? Elon wants to make sure that AI is safe and beneficial for everyone. Because, in the wrong hands, AI could be dangerous. So, Elon's company is working to make sure AI is safe for the future. As you can see, Elon Musk doesn't just want to change one thing. He wants to change everything. He wants to make the world better by solving big problems. And even if the problems are hard, he doesn't give up. He keeps going and keeps innovating. What do you think? Do you think Elon will succeed in making these crazy ideas real? Would you like to live in a world with solar power, flying cars, and AI that can help people? Elon Musk's companies are still working on these ideas today, and we can only wait and see what will happen next. But one thing is for sure, Elon is never afraid to dream big. But how does Elon get the money to start all these companies? That's a big question. Let's talk about that next. The secret of money and Musk's business strategy. You might be wondering, how does Elon Musk make so much money? After all, he started with just a few $1 million from selling Zip2 and PayPal. Now, he's worth billions. So, what's his secret? Is it just about working hard? Or is there something else? The truth is, Elon doesn't just want to make money. He wants to change the world. And this is where his business strategy is different from many others. While most people think about making quick money, Elon is always thinking about the future. He's focused on solving big problems that will take years or even decades to fix. But he's willing to wait. He knows that real success takes time. For example, when Elon started SpaceX and Tesla, both companies were in big trouble. SpaceX's rockets kept exploding, and Tesla was having production problems. But instead of giving up, Elon invested almost all of his money into these companies. Some people thought he was crazy. Why invest so much money in a rocket that keeps failing? Or in a car company that cannot make enough cars? But Elon didn't see it that way. He believed that space travel and electric cars were the future. He was willing to risk everything to make these ideas come true. And guess what? His big bets paid off. Both SpaceX and Tesla became world leaders in their industries. Tesla is now the most valuable car company in the world, and SpaceX has sent astronauts to the International Space Station. But there's more. Elon also focuses on innovation. What does that mean? Well, it means creating new things that no one else has thought of before, like making rockets that can land back on Earth and be used again, or building electric cars that people actually want to drive because they're fast, beautiful, and fun. Elon also looks for problems that other people aren't solving. Instead of just making money from cars, he also makes money from solar energy and electric batteries. Instead of just building rockets, he's working on colonizing Mars. Elon isn't afraid to try new ideas, even if others think they're too risky. Here's another thing about Elon's business strategy. He's not interested in making money just for the sake of it. He sees money as a tool to solve big problems. For example, he used his wealth to fund SpaceX and Tesla, even when both companies were struggling. He once said, "If I'm going to fail, I want to fail doing something important." That's the mindset that makes Elon different. And what about his long-term vision? While many business leaders focus on making money fast, Elon focuses on the long-term future. He plans for things that may not happen for years, or even decades. For example, he's still working on creating a city on Mars. It's not going to happen tomorrow, but Elon is okay with that. He's willing to work for the future, even if he won't see the results in his lifetime. Would you be willing to take risks like Elon? Would you spend all your money on something you believe in, even when others think you're crazy? That's what makes Elon Musk such an interesting businessman. He believes that the future is worth the risk. Now, Elon is one of the richest people in the world. But for him, it's never been just about the money. It's always been about making the world a better place. What do you think? Do you agree with Elon's strategy? Would you invest in big ideas even if they seem risky? Let's see what happens next in Elon's story. There are still many more exciting chapters to go. Elon Musk's support for Donald Trump and political ambitions. We've talked about how Elon Musk is a businessman and an inventor, but did you know he has also been involved in politics? Yes, Elon is not just about rockets and electric cars. He has had some very strong opinions about the government, the environment, and even political leaders like Donald Trump. Elon's political views might surprise you. While many tech leaders tend to have liberal views, meaning they support ideas like climate change action and social programs, Elon has often shared opinions that don't always fit into one group. In fact, for many years, Elon was friends with Donald Trump, the President of the United States. In 2016, when Donald Trump ran for president, Elon Musk made an important decision. He decided to join Trump's Business Advisory Council, a group of top business leaders who advised the president on economic matters. Elon believed that working with Trump could help push his ideas about clean energy and space exploration forward. But after a few months, Elon made a big change. When Trump decided to pull the United States out of the Paris Climate Agreement, a global deal to fight climate change, Elon decided to leave the advisory council. He didn't agree with Trump's decision to leave the agreement, so he made it clear that he would no longer work with him. It's interesting, isn't it? Elon has worked with people from all political backgrounds, but he always sticks to his values. Even if it means disagreeing with a powerful leader, he is willing to take a stand for what he believes in, especially when it comes to issues like the environment and the future of humanity. Now, you might be wondering, does Elon Musk want to be in politics himself? He has said that he is not interested in running for president or a political office, but he has also made it clear that he wants to influence the world in his own way. Elon believes that politicians don't always make the best decisions when it comes to science and technology. So, he is trying to change the world through his companies, not by becoming a politician. But some people have even wondered if Elon Musk could one day run for office. He's so influential, and his ideas affect so many people, that maybe he could use his business success to help lead the country. Would you vote for someone like Elon Musk, who has changed multiple industries and doesn't follow traditional politics? What do you think? Do you believe people like Elon Musk can make better decisions than politicians? Or is it better to have someone with experience in government run a country? It's a tough question. For now, Elon seems to be focused on his companies and his big plans for the future. But who knows? Maybe one day he will get involved in politics in a bigger way. We'll have to wait and see. But even without running for office, Elon Musk's influence on the world is already huge, in the business world, in politics, and even in the future of space travel. Let's see what he does next. Personal life and challenges. You might think that someone like Elon Musk has a perfect life. After all, he's a billionaire, a famous inventor, and the CEO of some of the world's biggest companies. But the truth is, his life is not as easy as it seems. Let's talk about his personal life for a moment. As you can imagine, being famous and successful can bring a lot of attention, good and bad. People talk about him all the time. They write stories about his companies, his plans, and even his personal life. Some people love him, while others criticize him. Elon has also had a complicated personal life. He has been married several times and has many children. Balancing work and family can be difficult. especially when you're trying to change the world. Elon has often said that he works long hours and doesn't have a lot of time for fun or relaxation. In fact, sometimes he sleeps in his office because there's just so much to do. It's easy to think that fame and money would make life easier, but Elon has said that it can be very difficult. Being in the public means you get a lot of attention, but not all of it is good. Sometimes, the things people write about him are negative. He has even gotten into arguments on social media. Despite all these challenges, Elon keeps going. He has always said that his work is the most important thing to him. His mission to change the world with electric cars and space travel is bigger than anything else in his life. He works day and night to make sure his companies succeed, and he often tells his employees to do the same. But don't think that work is the only thing that matters to him. Elon does try to spend time with his children and has said that he enjoys spending time with family when he can. He also loves to talk about his big ideas, and one of the things that keeps him going is his belief in the future. He knows that all his hard work will help improve the world for future generations. Elon's personal challenges show us that even the richest and most famous people have to face difficult situations. But it's his determination and focus on his goals that keep him moving forward, no matter what. What do you think? Do you think it's worth it to work so hard and give up some of your personal life to change the world? Or do you think balance is more important? For Elon, it's all about working toward a bigger goal, and for now, that goal is changing the future of transportation, energy, and even space travel. Let's see what's next for him. Buying Twitter and rebranding to X. Just when you think you know everything about Elon Musk, he does something that surprises everyone. In 2022, he did something very unexpected. He bought Twitter, the social media platform where people share their thoughts, news, and ideas. Now, why would someone like Elon Musk, who is already the CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, want to buy Twitter? After all, Twitter was already a huge company with millions of users. But Elon had his own reasons. He believes that social media is a very powerful tool. It's how people connect, share information, and talk about important issues. Elon wanted to make Twitter a better place for free speech, where everyone could share their opinions without fear of being censored. At first, many people thought Elon was joking. But then, in 2022, he made a real offer to buy the company. Some people thought it was a bad idea, but Elon was determined. He said that he believed Twitter could be better and that it needed big changes. So, after some negotiations, he bought Twitter for about $44 billion. That's a huge amount of money. Once he owned the company, Elon didn't just sit back and relax. No, he made big changes to Twitter almost immediately. First, he fired some of the top leaders of the company. Then, he made changes to how the platform works. He wanted to make sure people had the freedom to speak without being afraid of being blocked or silenced. But the biggest change of all came in 2023. Elon decided to rebrand Twitter. That means he changed the name and logo of the company. Twitter, the platform we've all known for years, was now called X. This move shocked a lot of people. They didn't understand why Elon wanted to change something that was already so famous. Many people were confused by the new name and logo, and some even didn't like the change. But Elon had a reason for all of it. He has always been someone who wants to do big things and create new ideas. He believes that X could be a platform for everything, not just tweets, but also things like shopping, banking, and news. He wants X to be a place where people can do everything online in one place. Imagine a world where you could talk to your friends, buy things, send money, and share news, all from one app. It's clear that Elon wants X to be something bigger than just a social media platform. He has a big vision for it, and he is not afraid to make bold moves to bring that vision to life. What do you think? Do you like the idea of one platform for everything? Or do you think Twitter should have stayed the way it was? Would you feel comfortable using a platform like X, where you can do everything in one place? Elon Musk is always thinking about what's next. Buying Twitter and changing its name to X was just one of his many big ideas. Who knows? Maybe this will be the next big revolution in the world of technology. What's next for Elon Musk? So, what's next for Elon Musk? If you think he's done with his big ideas, think again. Elon is always looking to the future, and he has even bigger plans for the years to come. First, let's talk about SpaceX. Do you remember how Elon Musk dreams of sending humans to Mars? Well, that dream is still alive. He wants to build a city on Mars where people can live, work, and even grow food. But going to Mars isn't easy. Space travel is expensive and dangerous, and it will take years of work to make it possible. But Elon is determined to make space travel normal, just like flying on an airplane. And he believes that one day, humans will need to live on Mars to protect the future of our planet. Another part of SpaceX's future is making space travel cheaper and more sustainable. Elon has already changed the way rockets work by making them reusable. Instead of throwing away rockets after each launch, SpaceX lands them back on Earth, and they can be used again. This has made space missions much cheaper. And who knows? Maybe one day, you could even go to space for a vacation thanks to SpaceX. Now, let's talk about Tesla. Remember the electric cars that Elon started with Tesla motors? Well, Tesla is still working hard to change the world of transportation. The future of cars will be electric, and Elon wants to make sure everyone has access to them. He wants more affordable electric cars, better batteries, and even new types of cars, like self-driving cars. Can you imagine a world where no one has to drive? The car drives itself while you relax or work. It's not just a dream. Tesla is already working on it. And don't forget about the future of energy. Tesla is also working on solar energy and battery storage to help people use clean energy from the sun. Elon believes that the future of our planet depends on switching to sustainable energy. He wants to make sure we can use renewable energy, like solar power, without relying on oil or coal anymore. But wait, there's even more. Elon is working on some crazy ideas that could change the world. One of them is the Boring Company, which is making tunnels under cities to help with traffic. Imagine if you could zoom through tunnels to get from one place to another, faster and without traffic. Then there's Neuralink, his company working to connect human brains to computers. Imagine being able to control a computer with your mind, or even fix brain injuries. It might sound like science fiction, but Elon believes this could be the future. Finally, let's talk about X, the social media platform Elon bought and rebranded. What will X be in the future? Elon wants X to be more than just a place to send tweets. He wants X to be the center of everything, where you can shop, send money, communicate, and even buy cars. He believes in creating a world where technology makes everything easier, faster, and more connected. So, what's next for Elon Musk? A lot. He will keep pushing his companies to solve big problems and change the world. Maybe one day, you'll be driving a Tesla or taking a rocket to Mars. Maybe you'll use X to do everything online. Whatever happens, Elon will continue to dream big and keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the journey. What about you? Do you think Elon's ideas will work? Would you like to be part of his future? Whether it's driving electric cars, living on Mars, or using new technology to change the world, Elon Musk's story isn't finished yet. The future is waiting, and he's just getting started. Useful vocabulary from the story. Now that you've learned all about Elon Musk and his incredible journey, let's look at some important words and phrases from the story. These words will help you understand the story better and give you more tools to speak and write in English. Let's start. 1. Entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is someone who starts their own business. Elon Musk is an entrepreneur because he started many companies like Tesla and SpaceX. Example: Elon Musk is a successful entrepreneur who has changed the world with his ideas. 2. Innovation. Innovation means creating new ideas, products, or methods. Elon is known for his innovations in cars, space travel, and technology. Example: the electric car is an innovation that helps protect the environment. 3. Vision. Vision means having a clear idea of what the future should be like. Elon Musk has a big vision. He wants humans to live on Mars and use clean energy. Example: Elon Musk has a vision of a world where everyone drives electric cars. 4. Risk. A risk is a chance you take when you try something new, even though it could fail. Elon Musk took big risks when he started SpaceX and Tesla, but those risks paid off. Example: starting a new company is always a risk, but it can lead to great success. 5. Reusable. Reusable means something that can be used again. SpaceX makes reusable rockets that can land on Earth and be used for another space mission. Example: using reusable rockets helps save money and make space travel cheaper. 6. Sustainable. Sustainable means something that can be continued over a long time without causing harm to the environment. Tesla makes sustainable cars because they use electricity instead of gas, which is better for the planet. Example: solar energy is a sustainable way to produce electricity. 7. Colony. A colony is a group of people who live in a new place and create a new society. Elon Musk wants to create a colony on Mars where humans can live and work. Example: Elon Musk dreams of a Mars colony where humans can survive and thrive. 8. Challenge. A challenge is something that is difficult but exciting to try to achieve. Elon Musk faces many challenges in his work, like building electric cars and traveling to space. Example: building a new rocket is a huge challenge, but Elon Musk loves taking on hard problems. 9. Billionaire. A billionaire is someone who has more than $1 billion. Elon Musk is a billionaire because his companies like Tesla and SpaceX are worth a lot of money. Example: Elon Musk became a billionaire after selling PayPal. 10. Rebrand. To rebrand means to change the name, logo, or image of a company. Elon Musk rebranded Twitter to X because he wants to turn it into something bigger. Example: the company decided to rebrand to attract more customers. 11. Influence. To influence means to have an effect on what people think or do. Elon Musk has a huge influence on the world, especially in technology and business. Example: Elon Musk's ideas have influenced how people think about the future of cars and space. 12. Failure. Failure means not succeeding at something. Elon Musk faced many failures, like when his rockets exploded, but he didn't give up. Example: even though Elon Musk faced many failures, he kept trying and finally succeeded. These are just a few of the important words from the story of Elon Musk. Knowing these words will help you understand the story better and help you use them in your own conversations and writing. Which word do you like the most? Do you think you could use these words in your own sentences? Let's practice. Important grammar points from the story. Now that we've looked at some useful vocabulary, let's focus on some important grammar points from the story. These grammar points will help you speak and write better English as you describe people, actions, and events, just like in Elon Musk's story. Let's dive in. 1. Past simple tense. The past simple tense is used when we talk about actions that happened in the past. In the story of Elon Musk, we use the past simple tense to describe many events in his life. For example, Elon Musk was born in 1971 in South Africa. He started a company called Zip2. SpaceX failed many times before it succeeded. Notice how we use ed for regular verbs, like started and failed. And for irregular verbs, we use the past form, like was. Tip: when you talk about your past, remember to use the past simple tense. 2. Past continuous tense. The past continuous tense is used when we talk about actions that were happening at a specific moment in the past. It is formed with was / or plus verbine. For example, Elon was working hard on his companies when many people doubted him. While Elon was building rockets, his team was learning from each mistake. We use this tense when we want to show that something was happening for a period of time in the past. Tip: use the past continuous to show ongoing actions in the past, like working, learning, or building. 3. Modals. Can, could, and must. We use modals like can, could, and must to talk about abilities, possibilities, and necessities. Let's see how these are used in the story. Can, used to talk about abilities or possibilities. Elon can make rockets land back on Earth. He believes people can live on Mars one day. Could, the past form of can, used to talk about possibilities in the past. Elon could have stopped working on SpaceX after the first rocket failed. In the past, electric cars could not drive as far as gas-powered cars. Must, used to show necessity or something that is very important. Elon must take risks to change the world. To make his dreams real, Elon must believe in his ideas. Tip: can and could talk about possibilities, and must talks about important things that need to be done. 4. Conditional sentences. First conditional. The first conditional is used to talk about things that are possible in the future. It is formed with if plus present simple, followed by will, or can / could. For example, if you work hard, you will succeed. If Elon builds a city on Mars, people will live there one day. The first conditional talks about things that could happen if the right conditions are met. Tip: use the first conditional when you talk about things that might happen in the future. 5. Passive voice. In the passive voice, the focus is on the action or the object, not the person or thing doing the action. Elon Musk's story uses the passive voice when we talk about things happening to him or his companies, not just him doing everything. For example, PayPal was bought by eBay. The focus is on PayPal, not Elon. The rocket was launched successfully. We focus on the rocket, not who launched it. We use was / or plus past participle to form the passive voice. Tip: use the passive voice when the action is more important than the person doing the action. 6. Reported speech, indirect speech. Sometimes we talk about what someone else said. When we do this, we use reported speech. For example, in the story, we might hear, Direct speech. Elon said, "I want to change the world." Reported speech. Elon said that he wanted to change the world. Notice that in reported speech, we change the tense from wanna wanted, and we don't use quotation marks. Tip: use reported speech to talk about what other people said, but don't repeat their words exactly. Practice time. Now that you know these important grammar points, try using them in your own sentences. For example, can you think of a time when you took a risk? What would you do if you could travel to Mars? What do you think must happen for the world to change in the future? Let's practice together. You can even leave your answers in the comments below. Keep practicing these grammar points, and soon you'll be speaking just like Elon Musk, confident and ready to change the world. Conclusion and call to action. Wow, what an amazing journey we've had today, learning all about Elon Musk and his incredible story. From his early life in South Africa to becoming the CEO of SpaceX and Tesla, Elon has shown us what it means to dream big, take risks, and never give up. We've seen how he started from humble beginnings, faced many challenges, and took on huge risks to change the world. And through all his ups and downs, he has created companies that are revolutionizing industries like space travel, electric cars, and clean energy. Elon Musk's story is proof that if you believe in yourself, you can achieve incredible things. So, what about you? Do you have big dreams? Do you have ideas that could change the world? Maybe you can't send rockets to space or build electric cars just yet, but you can start by following Elon's example. Work hard, take risks, and believe in your ideas. Who knows? Maybe one day, people will be talking about your story. Before you go, I have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, Learn English with Stories 365. It only takes a second, but it helps us a lot. Plus, when you subscribe, you get to learn even more English with exciting stories just like this one. And remember, learning English is fun and exciting when we do it together with great stories. So, what's next for you? Is there another amazing story you'd like to learn about? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and keep learning. See you in the next video.